So here we are a year later. I started taking Zoloft. I'm just gonna refer to it as Zoloft because I can't pronounce. I still struggle with trying to say Sertraline. Maybe I'm saying it right. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. But I started taking this at the end of the summer last year, right before I started school in the fall. And I have had a very positive experience with this medication. And this is just my story. This is just my personal experience. And a lot of you guys have been asking me to give you an update. And so I wanted to film this video today to just give you some hope and also share with you a little bit more about my experience since I have more experience with this drug. But before I go any further, I just want to say again that I am not a mental health care professional. So if you are possibly looking into trying medication, definitely talk to a mental health provider, a doctor, a psychiatrist. They will be able to answer all of your questions that I will not be able to. So I just want to kind of bring that up again because, to quote one of my favorite comedians, Tig Notaro, I'm just a person sharing my story on the internet. Hopefully you'll find what I say helpful, but yes, definitely talk to a psychiatrist about taking medication if that's what you're looking into. So for the update, I still am on 100 milligrams of Zoloft, and it's been working for me. It really has. I am back in school, and I am just loving life. And I didn't think it would get to this point. I was actually diagnosed with clinical depression recently when I first started taking Zoloft about a year ago, and when I was 17 I was diagnosed with PTSD, and I still have PTSD. I'm still coping with that, but definitely since taking this medication my life has really had a positive spin. I still have good days and bad days, but for the most part the good days definitely outweigh the bad. I am just very interested in life and hobbies, and I'm exploring new hobbies. I'm able to work on projects that I want to work on and finish those projects. This medication has helped me so much, and all I had to do was try it. And I'm so glad I did. And we know, everyone knows, 2020 has been a hellish year for all of us. And before getting into 2020, we didn't know what we were getting into. Like, when a new year comes, usually it kind of brings a little bit of a sense of excitement. People kind of look forward to the new year, and of course 2020, whoa, has just derailed us all. So I'm glad that I had all of the support and tools and resources that I did and still do have, because though this year has been very rough and trying and challenging and stressful, I still find myself in good spirits, and I don't think I would be doing as well as I am if I was not taking this medication. So when I first started taking Zoloft, I did have a few side effects within the first few weeks. I was nauseous, I was very tired. I go into more detail in my first video, so if you haven't seen my first video about the side effects of Zoloft and everything I was feeling, definitely watch that one. I still don't drink alcohol. I'm sober. I just celebrated like a year and a half sober. My year and 7 months is coming up this month, so I'm really excited about that. Clinical depression and alcohol do not mix at all. So I'm really glad that I cut that out, because my life has just been so much better without alcohol. I meditate. I practice yoga with Adrian. See what I did there? Okay. Sleep is so important. Make sure you're staying on top of your sleep, because that definitely affects your mood. It affects your thoughts, your mood, like everything. Sleep. Aim for 8 hours a night. I know that sounds extreme, but people need 8 hours of sleep a night. Like, it changes so much. And the sleep thing is still something I kind of struggle with. I have a bad habit of bringing my phone to bed and like looking at things and games and scrolling and like listening to an audiobook, or yeah, I need to cut that out. But I think this is a really cool milestone, because I kind of forgot that I had been taking this medication for as long as I have. When I was talking with my psychiatrist, he asked me, how long have you been on this medication? Because he was a newer psychiatrist with me. Shout out to David, he's awesome. David. And this was recently, and I saw that I had started taking this medication a year ago, like now, and I'm like, whoa, I have to film that update now, because people have been asking me for that. And I just think it's so interesting to be able to look back on where I was and be able to reflect and see how things have been. I wake up in the morning with excitement. I wake up in the morning, this is gonna sound incredibly lame or cheesy, but you know when you wake up in the morning when it's a day that you've been looking forward to, maybe it's a holiday, or maybe it's a birthday, or maybe it's something you've been looking forward to. But you know that feeling you get when you wake up in the morning and you're really excited to start that day? That's how my mornings have been. Like, no joke. I know that might sound like too much, but that is how I start each morning. Maybe not every single morning, but for the most part, like this morning, like this whole past week, I've woken up in the morning excited to start my day, wanting to get into projects, wanting to dive into some of the hobbies that I've been exploring, wanting to work on my schoolwork, and I'm doing really well in class. I've been getting A's, and this medication really has changed everything for me. And I know there's a lot of stigma around medication. So what I want to do in my videos online and also some future videos is try to destigmatize medication for mental health, because just because it's not so apparent and obvious, when someone shows signs of an obvious symptom, like let's say the cold, you know what to do for that. Like, you go get your cold medicine, you take vitamin C, you drink lots of water, you really know what to do to take care of yourself. When it's a mental health illness or a mental illness, it's not so obvious. And you have to do a little detective work and figure things out and get the help and resources that you need. And I hope and look forward to a future when mental health and mental illness is destigmatized and people realize how important it is and they take it more seriously and they treat it with more empathy, because I think that's what's needed, is more empathy around this issue. Again, I didn't know it was possible to feel as good as I'm feeling. I look towards the future with hope. I'm very mindful and grateful for each morning and day that I have. And I've lost a lot of people in my life. In my early 20s, my dad passed away, and a few months after that, my mom almost passed away. She's still alive today, which is incredible. Like, no one thought she was going to make it. No one, including me. And she did, and she's still here today. And since then, I have lost other people. And it just makes you kind of realize how precious life is and how grateful, again, I am for each day. Because you never know. You just never know. And when I was feeling as low as I was, I didn't realize how much better it could get. I knew that low feeling was not going to last forever, because I've been through this before. I've felt really low before. And it doesn't last forever. Like, you have lows and highs, and hopefully some in-betweens. But you guys have seen my videos. You know I have felt very, very low. And in some upcoming videos, I'm going to talk more about that. And it was scary, and I didn't know what to do. But I just gave it a little more time, and I got more support. And that is such a key thing, is like having the support that you need, and also giving yourself time to figure things out, because it takes some like trial and error to figure things out. So I would encourage you, maybe if you've been apprehensive about taking a medication, maybe you've already been prescribed something and you haven't taken it yet, maybe you're a little unsure, you're nervous, you don't know, because like me, like I had never taken an antidepressant before. I was also a little apprehensive about taking something, but I just thought, I've tried everything else. This is one thing I have not tried yet. And I'm glad I did. I'm so glad I did. Like, I'm doing very well in school. I'm motivated. I'm driven. I'm focused. I feel like my old me, like my old self when I was younger. And I was just excited to dive in and do well living in life, So if you're watching this video, I hope that I can provide you guys with some hope. Just know that things can get better. It's not going to stay like this forever if you are feeling really low. It's just a matter of time, and also getting the support that you know that you need. And that's really key. So I would encourage you to take the medication if that's something that is in your realm, and also give yourself some more self-compassion, because I think that's something that's not as talked about either. You've been through a lot. I think sometimes we can be a little hard on ourselves, especially when we know something's off. I think we have the tendency as humans to kind of beat ourselves down more. Like, it's almost like a natural reaction to be like, I should be feeling better. Like, why am I not feeling better? Like, it's not always so clear. So give yourself a little self-compassion. Be nice to yourself. And I hope that you found this video helpful. And if you're new here, please subscribe and also turn on that notification bell so that you know when I put out more videos like this. And if you found this helpful, please share it, because this is the best way to support these videos that I make, is just supporting them, liking them, sharing them, that kind of thing. But yeah, I want to dive into more of these issues soon, and you guys have definitely told me that you want more videos like this. So again, yeah, I just ask, please support this channel, because it really is a motivator for me to keep making these kinds of videos and this type of content if I know that it's helpful. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I'm just rambling now, but please know that you are worth it. You are so worth it. It's not selfish. If you need more support, if you need help, please reach out and keep reaching out and find that support system that you need. And I wish you guys nothing but the best, and I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, bye.